Welcome to the Lone Machinist Podcast, where it's just you, the work, and your machines. What do you got going on today, Curt?
Today, I'm going to talk about how you fixed my lathe from thousands and thousands of kilometers away, how my lottery code is magic, and how Windows can sometimes be a pain. How about you? What are you going to talk about?
Buying cardboard squares, which was quite surprising. My plans for the spindle gripper that I built. And if you buy an end mill only once a year, it turns out the price goes up every time you buy it. But yeah, let's get into it. How are you this fine
Nice.
morning, Curt?
I'm doing better. I don't know if we're getting better at dropping topics to make people interested, or if we're getting worse at it. But your topics
I
have
think
me interested. So.
it averages out. I'm very interested in your first topic. I saw that you had updated the doc yesterday. I'm like, oh, now I'm excited. Very excited. So yeah,
Yeah.
You want to hop into that first topic of yours? Because I've been curious for 2 days now.
Yeah, you. Excuse me. I was talking about how I was doing OD turning on my lathe, and as I got near the headstock, I would have just a slight change in finish, and it was nothing super critical, but I'm trying to get parts perfect off it, and so you were like, well, why don't you loosen all the basically floating pillow blocks, whatnot, that hold the advancement screw, and see if that reduces the binding, or maybe it's jostling the carriage. So I did that, and it helped. It didn't fix it perfectly, but it fixed 75% of it. So
Okay.
yeah. I appreciate it. It helped.
I
was going to loosen.
Machines.
Well, I was going to loosen the other side, and I didn't even think. I'm like, oh yeah, the headstock side. It just might be binding up. So yeah, that was a great suggestion. And it probably only moved maybe 5 thou, but that's probably all it needed. And much better. It's noticeable. It's noticeable. I mean, it's noticeable under a magnifying glass, but it did help. It probably reduced my workload by I don't know. Yeah, I mean, it probably knocked off an hour on a batch just in the hand finishing I do. So yeah, it's not nothing. So
and it took me
10 minutes. Yeah. So yeah,
no, that's
how you fix.
Very skilled. I was actually joking today on site with a customer about renting him a cardboard cutout so that his machine will always be intimidated and will always just work.
That's awesome.
Because I'll pitch up and things just work. I'm apparently very skilled at that. But yeah, which one of my many topics do you want to dive into, Curt?
I am there's two I'm super interested in, but let's start with let's go with I want to go with the spindle gripper. That's super interesting. Tell us about.
Cool. So my intentions for the year, I've got a lot of stuff that's short cycle time op ones that I don't want to stand at the machine for. So I had a chat to my mate Dave, who builds the drones. He's busy finishing up the first one. His goal is by the end of next month to be making 10 a month. So that means 160 components with a sub 4-minute op one cycle. And it's an op one cycle. It doesn't need to be loaded super precisely. I've got millimeters of spare material around the part. So I'm like, screw that. That needs to run at night. So going to implement the spindle gripper. And it's another one of the. I know it's one of the things in my Google box. I was looking at Gimbal Automation and their solutions, their single op solutions. They don't ship to South Africa. At least their website says, doesn't have the option. So I started looking around, and Silver CNC do a pneumatic vise for $850 shipped to South Africa.
That's
that's
cheap.
Pretty freaking cheap. Their model is also very complete. I asked for the CAD model today. It's got everything except the actual piston geometry, all the sliding geometry is there. So if I wanted to knock it off, I could. But yeah, just going to buy one. The idea is that I'm going to make a really big harbor pallet with the vise over one of the anchor points, and then the rest of the area I can stack material and effectively have the spindle gripper load and unload op ones. And the idea is to set up a different set of tool holders with tools that are dedicated to these operations. That, okay, cool, I'm running this. It's 5 o'clock, I'm running this job. Load the pallets in, connect up the airlines, load all the tools in, hit go, and it just runs. So this week I asked you for your macros, for your tool counting macros, so I could see how it was formatted, because I was going to write my own one. But then I got chatting to Matt from Blackwell Engineering, and we're going to have a chat later in the week about his macros, because he's writing somewhat universal macros and a web UI for quickly setting up new picking batches. And it's all written in macro B. So yeah, going to have a chat with him and see about trying to run that on the Siemens controller.
Interesting.
So
Yeah, that'd be useful.
the idea,
Yeah.
like 160 parts a month, I think that's over 4 part numbers that they've all got super short cycle times. So I want that to run in the evening when I don't want to stand and load a part every 2 minutes. That's just,
Sure.
it's not
Yeah,
fun.
yeah.
So I want the robot to be doing that. So spindle gripping, thinking about macros, built the gripper already because the gripper is the easy part. The macros are the difficult part. And then I took an angle grinder to a tool holder, old ER11, I think 5-inch gauge length that I had that the threads had cracked. So I ground it off, put it in the lathe, turned the face down. It was hard, but not that hard. And then that interfaces with the back of the gripper. And then also made a small fire. So I was grounded off because my cousin and Carl came through for lunch on Saturday. He had my grinder, so he brought my grinder through. I ground the thing off, then he needed the grinder, so we went inside, had a cup of coffee. I was letting them out, and I walked into the bush. I'm like, it's quite smoky in here still. Walk around, there's a piece of smoldering paper towel.
Oh no!
I was like,
oh no!
Cool, let's stomp this out. But yeah, the sparks basically set it on fire. So that is why I don't do grinding and welding in my workshop anymore.
Yeah, it seems like a good reason to. Yeah, for sure.
It seems like a valid reason to stop doing that kind of shit in my workshop. So yeah, that was exciting. But yeah, the spindle gripper is going to be, I think it's going to be a lot of fun once it's integrated, and it'll take a lot of the Jamie standing at machine things away.
Well, and it's super cute. Like for people that are listening, it's like maybe fist sized, if that, and it's like it's pretty. It's purple.
It's a MHZ 216S, so it's a knockoff of the SMC little grippers, and they're cheap as beans off AliExpress. I think these were like, if they were $10 each, it was a lot. Like they were super cheap.
Holy man!
And you can get bigger ones, and yeah. So if this doesn't have enough force, I can just remachine this bottom piece and make a different one. Like it's really neither here nor there. It's not an expensive endeavor.
Well, that's a perfect application for it too. Like this, the super short cycle. Yeah.
That's it. Like I've got a bunch of stuff, small components, even like the mag bases I make. They're, I think, a 6-minute or 3-minute cycle. It's 6 minutes for 2. I'll let that take 6 minutes for 1 if it means I can load 20 and walk away and come back to 20 finished parts. The material cost is not significant. If I scrap 20 of them, oh no. But the option to walk away is what I'm really after there.
Totally. Yeah, totally.
So, trying to figure out how I'm going to meet my capacity requirements for the year. Because it is a very scary prospect right now.
Just on that job alone, or just like all the other stuff you have going on?
Because I haven't. I kind of planned my year without taking into account the recurring production stuff because it hasn't been super recurring, and now it's recurring. Okay. So, yeah, long fucking days. 3 machines running all the time, basically. But that also has its own upsides.
Yeah, cash, profit,
like money. Yeah, money's great. So I actually spoke to Dylan down at WD Hearn today about. He sent me a brochure for a Sino drill tap machine, also Zappo drill tap machine. It's a brand out of China that they bring in and they service. So if there's issues, I can speak to them. It's not SAL.
Sure.
It's a 600 millimeter drill tap sensor with 21 tools, 48 meter rapids. Meets all the. It's double the length of yours.
No, I'm just looking on my table here. I'm like, it's sizable.
So it's the same as it's a robo drill copy. They're all freaking robo drill copies.
Right.
So I asked him to give me a price on one of those with a Siemens controller, and it claims 15 kVA requirements, except the motors on it are the same size as the motors on the LK. Same kilowatt rating on each of the axes. So I'm like, I think they're just bolstering that number to be on the safe side.
Yeah, potentially. Yeah.
So I'm willing to kind of roll the dice. Worst case, I pull in a new cable and run it on its own feed. But yeah, so I'm waiting to find out pricing on that because I think it's going to be significantly cheaper than the LK510 because the LKTC510 was bloody expensive compared to the Sino and the SAL.
And I mean, you were looking for like a little bit more of a compact unit anyways, so.
Yeah, it's not as compact as I'd like, but also lead time is potentially 4 to 5 months.
Ooh,
so, worst case, 3 months for them to finish it there, a month on the water and it's here. Like that's worst case. It may be a case of they've got one almost finished, they just throw a new controller on it and it goes. but we're obviously looking at worst case scenarios. So also got to plan out 6 months in advance for the machine. So it was an interesting conversation with him today.
That's cool. I'm glad you're getting swamped with work. That's always better than being on the other side of the coin.
Definitely. And we've also got some other fancy new things coming to the front, like the mechanical anchor points.
I know. I saw your stories on that. They look super pretty. I'm amazed at the speed of which you like get things out. It's rather impressive.
So that whole thing was thought up on the 27th while I was sitting in a car. I figured out the mechanism, and we are now 2 weeks later, and I have the first 2 beta units out.
Yeah, that's quick.
I dilly-dallied a little bit. So there's one heading overseas currently for testing, and then I've got the one that I'm going to play with, and then I've got another one that isn't anodized that I took an impact driver to and tightened it as tight as it would go. Turns out when you put 2,500 pounds of pull force on a BT30 pull stud, the balls that are used for the retention mechanism ding the pull stud quite severely.
Oh, okay. I was wondering where the failure point would be, or
that's
what it is.
That's also double the rating of the BT30 pull stud.
Oh, okay. Well, fair then.
I literally had stuff in case my load cell shot off because it was in my 4th axis. That was at 70 Newton meters of torque that I got it there with a torque wrench.
Okay, it's not like
you can't actually get it reasonably. You can't get it to the max load with a normal length Allen wrench with your hand. So the max is 40 Newton meters. That'll get you 600 kilograms of holding force. If you go to the recommended 22, sorry, I'm trying to think what I wrote on the freaking thing. One moment while I load the thing I engraved this morning that I can't remember. 12 to 20 Newton meters. 20 Newton meters you can do with the wrench. 40 Newton meters, which is the max, you can't do with a standard Allen key. You need a fucking bar. So, and 40 Newton meters, I obviously went up to 70 and then loosened, and 70 again and again and again and again. Then with the impact driver in and out, in and out, in and out, there's no signs of wear on the mechanism.
Sick. Okay,
it's
cool.
Smooth as fuck. It just smoothed itself out and carried on. So it seems to work pretty well.
And this is just the aluminum threads in the body, not helicoiled or anything?
No, just it's M16. Cool. You can put a shitload of force through there before it's going to fail. But what I did learn is that I need to thread mill those threads so that they are square to the bore, because I hand tapped them with adjustable wrench because I didn't have a tap wrench, and the threads were skew. So the grub screw wouldn't go because I had reduced the front of a grub screw. It wouldn't go in.
Oh, right. Yes. Okay, yeah.
Because I was cheap and didn't buy a thread mill because thread mills are expensive and I'm poor.
Yeah.
That's on the list of shit to buy when those go into production.
Yeah, those things can get spendy, but it's. I mean, 16 mil. That's a lot of meat. So yeah,
it's cool. It's a 2mm pitch thread. It's there's a lot of engagement there, and the thread's engaging on about 16 millimeters of thread. So it's a 50 mil grub screw that I turned down the front of, but it's 16 by 6. It's a lot of. You're not going to strip it out anytime soon.
That's cool. I'm glad that worked out well.
I think those are going to go next week to a pre-order like I did for the anchor point, just to try and gauge numbers. And then we are releasing them in February. That is happening. I just want to try and get an idea of how many I need to make.
Yeah.
They're also at a slightly lower price point.
Cool.
Because there's less bits and pieces. So yeah.
Well, yeah.
More information coming. If you want info, go sign up to the newsletter on our website.
And I think that's going to suit people really well for not having to run another airline to your table and reducing the complexity, the cost.
People are scared of air. The more people I speak to, the more I realize people are shit scared of airlines. And I don't really understand it, but whatever. It's got more gripping force, so mine's going on the 4th axis for doing things at an angle, and then because then you can go from anchor point to anchor point, so you can machine the end and then machine the sides on the rotary.
Right. Yeah,
that's
kind of
the plan.
Like a more sophisticated version of AJ's not a 4th axis or whatever, when you have a bunch of plates mounted.
Even if you wanted to do not a fourth act or not a 5-axis, you could put an angle plate and put it on an angle plate, and then you can put multiple holes in the bottom and index.
Sure.
Because there's nothing stopping you from putting 20 holes in the bottom of the anchor point and indexing on 18-degree increments.
Right. Yeah. You're right. Yeah.
I've literally done that for a job before. So where there's a will, there's a way.
Cool. Well, I'm glad.
That went through really quickly, like actually making them.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of assumed you'd have like a few iterations to get it all dialed, but yeah, that's awesome.
Jamie's YOLO engineering. No, it worked really, really well. And like the manufacturing process, I'm pretty happy with. It needs to move from the 3-jaw chuck to collet chucks when I go into production. So I've got to buy all the collet chucks that I need for the good way. But that's also, it's neither here nor there. Like, it's you just buy the things and then you have them.
Yeah.
And no signs of wear. I was quite impressed.
Interesting.
So, yeah. And it wasn't like I cycled it once. I cycled it a good many times.
Did you see, because you said you have the load cell. Did you have the load cell for like the destructive testing?
Yeah, except I couldn't go hard enough to break the pull stud.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
There's only so far you can go with it. Like 70 Newton, I wasn't going to push it beyond 70 Newton meters. I mean, that's nearly double the rated torque. So right, I'm like, that's fine. And then I swapped pull studs to a fresh pull stud. But yeah, the load cell revealed some interesting things. So according to my maths, the anchor point should have been holding with about 300 kilos of force. It's only holding with 150.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it needs all that. So I ended up, when I was setting how much force I could get, I was shimming the inside of the piston to see how much shallower I could make the piston cutouts until it wouldn't unclamp with like 90 PSI. So that was actually the limiting factor. And then I calculated what the spring compression should be, and that gave me what I thought the clamping force was. It's not. It's only 150 kilos. Very consistently 150 kilos, but 150 kilos. Like across 8-9 units that I measured, it's between 148 and 155 kgs of holding force.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. So super consistent.
That's nice and consistent. Yeah.
So now going into, I'm going to put the load cell in the assembly room. And as part of the assembly process, we just validate that it's holding with the right amount of force. And also on the mechanicals, I want to run them up to 600 kgs of force and then back down and then up and back down to just cycle them a few times just to get them running, like smooth out any shit on the end of the grub screw. Basically just force it smooth. And then it becomes, so like I noticed the first time I clamped, I got, say, on 10 Newton meters, I got 200 kilograms. And then I released it. I then pushed it up a bit higher. When I came back and went to 10 Newton meters, I was getting like 300 kilos. So it just comes down to wearing everything in. So I'm just going to speed cycle them a little bit when I assemble them to get them consistent in the range, because they all get covered in anti-seize and whatnot on the threads to just try and prolong them. But yeah, pretty happy with the mechanical anchor points, and with the testing awesome. on the normal anchor points. I'm like, that they work. It's a bit less force than I was hoping, but they work. They've been working for a year and a bit.
Yeah.
How long have they been working for? It's got to be coming up on nearly 2 years that I've had an anchor point in my machine.
Well, and you're machining the whole body of the anchor point on an anchor point,
the anchor
which
point,
is it's a sort of 5-inch chunk, like 100 mil chunk of aluminum.
116 square.
Yeah, so about like it's not thick. It's not a tiny piece, and you're hitting it pretty hard. So
as hard as I can, yeah. The anchor point is coming up. It's 22 months that I've had one on my machine.
Yeah.
Since V1 or since V2. V1 never actually went in the machine. Since V2 has been 22 months. Like,
so obviously it works. Oh yeah,
it works. Like, and I know where the limit is, and I run right up into it. It's a functional product. Let's put it that way. The mechanical's got a lot more holding force. It even sounds different when you skim the bottom.
Oh yeah,
it even sounds a bit more rigid. Yeah, because it is more rigid.
Yeah.
But I had to print a butt plug driver last night to tighten the butt plug on the bottom. So there's a threaded cap on the bottom to hold the spring. So there's a single die spring that when you back the screw off, it goes up and releases. So there's a butt plug that screws in there. So I made a little thing with 4 pins to drive it. So I just printed it and pressed little aluminium pins into it. But it's called the butt plug driver. Yeah. I'm making new production sheets, and the part is called the butt plug.
Nice.
But yeah, it came out really nice. I'm kind of tempted to just poke some holes on the bottom of it to reduce the weight a little bit, but I don't know. We'll see if I bother doing that. It's going to make anodizing issues. So then I've got to make caps. And do I want to actually make caps as well? Not really.
Yeah, and how much are you going to reduce weight-wise? Probably pretty insignificant.
But not worth it. I'll weigh one. I'll weigh my one when I bring it inside, and just see where it comes in weight-wise compared to the original anchor point. Because obviously shipping and weight is a thing.
Oh, okay. I see for that. Yeah.
If it's half a kilo, it's going to make no difference.
Right. Totally.
So, yeah. I'm also planning on making a harbor pallet with a single mechanical in the middle. For when I want to do something with high holding force, I can hold it between all 4 anchor points on my table and then have a high holding force anchor point in the middle.
How would you tighten? Oh, I guess if you're not plating the entire span.
Yeah.
It's like, how do you tighten the middle one?
No, it would be for holding something small but rigid.
Sure. Yeah.
Long driver. So I'm actually thinking the mechanicals will probably ship with an 8mm hex to quarter-inch drive socket, so that people can, because America, let's be real, 8mm is not a thing. So I think I'm going to ship them with a little hex thing adapter for a normal wrench, like a normal little torque wrench, because those square drives are pretty standard, and it's not expensive to buy a decent little driver. So I think I might just buy a bunch of those and then ship with them.
Yeah.
Also, the die spring I buy from China Land because I couldn't find it from my local spring guys. I went to go and just cost out ordering them. If I order 19 of them, the shipping is $88.
Okay.
If I order 20 of them, the shipping is $350. So I will be doing many orders of 19 die springs at a time. It's just one of those things on AliExpress where you go over some imaginary threshold and the shipping gets silly.
Well, it's even like when I order from McMaster, I'll put stuff in my carts because they have a few tiers of when they're changing the box size, obviously, or the weight. No, it's not weight because the parts I order are like grams. But anyways, I keep adding. And I'm like, okay, I can't add anymore because then it doubles the shipping. I'm like, I was reduced by 1 and good.
I do the same thing when buying stuff from China Land. But
that's awesome.
Okay. You need to tell me why Windows sucks.
Okay. So messing around with all these there's various crypto things and whatever I'm pissed around with this PC. I was like, okay, I don't want you to go to sleep. So I'm like, okay, I went into the settings and I said, when are you going to go to sleep? I'm like, never go to sleep. I'm like, okay, went about my business, came back the next morning. I'm like, it's sleeping. Why are you sleeping? So I check again. I'm like, no, all the settings are off. So I'm like, oh, maybe the screensaver, because I'm like, maybe it's driven by the graphics card. And then when the graphics card shuts down or something, I don't know. I'm like, okay, whatever. So I'll disable the screensaver. So it just goes black screen and just leave it as that. I tried again. And I'm like, at night goes to sleep again. I'm like, what are you doing, PC? So I'm like, I checked every possible setting. I'm like, you should never go to sleep. And I don't know why you are. And anyways, I found there's actually it's in my Google box too. Or maybe it is, maybe it isn't. Yeah.
Windows Power Tools.
Windows Power Tools. I had no idea this existed. And it has a bajillion features that should just come standard with Windows that are incredibly useful. And one is just keep awake no matter what. So I use that and it fixed it, but it's just
I'm at the point with Windows that this PC we're recording on. Do you know what Microsoft's suggestion is when I want to upgrade to Windows 11, which I have to do to use Fusion?
What's its suggestion?
It has recommendations to recycle your computer.
Yeah, exactly.
The CPU is on the supported fucking list. So
no,
I'm getting to no, it literally is. I went and checked. So I'm getting to the point now where I'm like, cool, I think I'm just going to buy a MacBook Air and use that for work and move my work PC in here because I need Discord, Chrome, and Fusion. That's all I use on a day-to-day basis. So I'm like, fuck that, I'm going to buy a Mac. Like Windows has made it so bad, I'm considering going to a Mac.
Yeah, no, I get it.
It's sad. It's a sad day.
Well, it was which kind of leads slightly into my one of my topics of doing the lottery code. So I'm running the new lottery code on my system, which I'm super happy with. I probably put in 2 days of programming to make it happy, like 2 full days. But I was asking Chat because it's all programmed in Python.
Yeah.
So and I found a way to program better with Chat because Chat gets really confused if you put huge code into it. It starts to just like it's not what is that word? You were talking about it for Toolpath, deterministic, where you like if you put in the same thing, it outputs
give you the same answer.
Yeah, and obviously AIs don't do that. They like you can ask it the same thing and it'll give you code and change it every time. So when you're iterating on the code, it's constantly changing the entire code structure and you're like, this is impossible to debug. So anyways, I figured out if you did it in I did it in multiple scripts. But having the I was asking him like, oh, because I'm like, you can run like Linux commands in Windows. And so I was asking Chat, I'm like, I have like side loaded like Linux. Should I just run this as a Linux subsystem instead of like through command prompt or whatever? It's like, oh, most certainly. It's like if you have the ability, like don't use Windows. I'm like, I love it when like an AI is like, no, fucking stay away from that. Do it in Linux. Dude, it's way better.
Yeah, Windows winds me up to no fucking end at this point. Every day. Do you want to back up to OneDrive? No. I've clicked no and said, remind me in a week. And the next day, do you want to upgrade to OneDrive? Like, it's like, just fuck off and leave me alone.
I just uninstalled all that. I went through when I started this. I just deleted everything I could. Like I looked at like, do I have to alter the registry to like get permissions to do this? Because I'm like, I'm peeling all this away.
The problem is they're going to do an update, and then it'll all be back for you.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, absolutely. But
fucking infuriating. Whatever. It's adware at this point.
Yeah.
But,
yeah.
The problem is the not technically savvy people get tricked into clicking shit they shouldn't click. Like clicking, yes, back my stuff up, and the next thing, all your files on your PC are gone. They're on OneDrive and not on your PC anymore. And if you, it's dirty. Mm-hmm. The shit they're pulling is dirty. And if I could go to Linux, I would go to Linux.
Dude, I'm right in line with you. Yeah, I would 100%. The problem
is flipping Fusion.
The one thing that actually confuses me is it's like when I started this new PC, I have my programs, but they're not actually installed because it remembers my old build. So I open my program folder and I'm like, oh, cool. I have Lightburn already on here. And then beside it, it says like install or sync or something. And I'm like, oh, you're not actually on here. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, but I don't want to install that version because it's not correct. And like, it's just weird. It makes it harder.
When I bought my laptop, it wouldn't let me turn my laptop on without an internet connection. You need to connect to Wi-Fi to initialize your brand new machine that you've just fucking paid for because you need a Windows account. And it can't be get fuck Bill Gates, eat a dick. None of those are available. They've all been used already. I tried every iteration of that to make my username and it would not allow it. They've all been taken. It's like, I'm sorry, I bought this hardware. Now you're telling me I can't use it until I've signed into your spamware. Like, it's mildly infuriating. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
Like this PC was my gaming PC up until last year. And the only reason it isn't my gaming PC now is because I don't play games anymore on it. But it's a functional computer. Why would I recycle it? Like, why would I replace it? It's not fucked.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit mildly infuriating. It'll get Linux shoved on it and it'll go downstairs for watching TV and playing whatever on the TV.
Well, I remember like way back in the day when I dropped Linux on systems, that was always like Linux is like on their main page. It's like breathe new life into old hardware. Like it'll run snappy. And it was true. Like you'd have an old little like I had an old laptop and I dropped Linux on it. And I'm like, this thing is like brand new. Like it flies.
I'm running Ubuntu on an Atom that literally could barely run Windows 10, and it runs perfectly fine. I use it for showing a Trello board. Well, that's what I did use it for. And it works perfectly fine. I think I'm actually going to give it to my one customer because he wants to put a PC in his garage for pulling up pricing and stuff. So I'm like, just go onto your website on this, and there you go. There's a PC. You don't have to go buy one. Just have this thing. I'm not going to use it.
I did the same thing. I had a little. I had little Adam that I dropped Kali Linux on and then took it to the coffee shop to freak out my buddy to be like, oh yeah, when you're in a coffee shop and you're using their Wi-Fi, I'm like, check this out, and just like automatically pull up everyone's usernames and passwords, as they're typing them in.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, don't do that here. Don't log into your bank here. Like it's not tunneled. Like it's super easy. Anyways, that's neither here nor there.
The world is a scary place.
But the lottery code works stupid well. So like I got I updated my website.
It's
so I know I talked about it a billion times in the past of like I had to get all the customers to basically re-up, which is good because it killed a ton of like I'm assuming dead accounts, which was nice. And then this time I asked for a ton of information from folks, not personal information, just like what they were interested in, whatnot, which was I should have did that a million years ago because I put basically my like top. Like I asked people what styles of pens they like and whatnot, so I can base lottery systems off that. But the really cool thing is I also asked them like what they're interested in, and I have a few products kind of in the mental pipeline and some in the physical pipeline, like this little fidget. And I was like, you know what, I should gauge interest, to see what people are most interested in. And it was like it's definitely eye opening to be like, oh, people are not interested in this one thing that I thought they might be, and super interested in this thing that I didn't think they'd be in. So yeah, it was. I think one of the highest rated ones was like exotic materials. And I was like, these won't be cheap. Like they're going to be $400-$500 plus. And I had massive interest in that. I was like, okay, well, that's something I'll pursue then.
It's interesting to see. Like that's something I've noticed this week with posting the mechanical, the Anchor Point, the mechanical version. Guys are way more interested in the mechanical version than the pneumatic version. Like way more interest just because they understand how it works. Tight and bolt, it's tight. Whereas pneumatics, it's full of wizardry. So I've been very shocked by the amount of engagement I've got on the mechanical version. Like in my mind, mechanical, who cares? It's lame. I want air powered everything, but a lot of people apparently want the mechanical version.
But that goes down to like the base of like every product is like people want the minimum amount of effort to implement. So like if someone doesn't have air on their table or air in their machine, like it's way easier. Like I get it. Yeah.
You dangle a pipe in and it's done. But fair enough. I'm not scared of pneumatics. I used to build machines. Like pneumatics do not scare me in the least. So I get why there's a bit of a barrier. Yeah. I'm a unique. I'm a snowflake.
I think us and probably a lot of people that listen to this are different fish. Like that's our wheelhouse, but some not so much. So
no, exactly. Like not everyone is happy to just run airlines everywhere.
Yeah.
So, I have a question for you.
Yeah, man.
We spoke a while ago. Did you say you set up a Masso controller at work where you used to work?
I did, yeah.
With ATC and everything? I know you said you did the QR code scanning story.
It had, this one didn't have, it was like a wine rack tool changer.
Yeah, perfect. That's what I'm saying.
But it was also like 20 feet long and had super slow rapids. So I just opted to basically come up in Z and manual change because the guy's the cycles are low enough. He was always there. So
we were retrofitting a 9-foot long machine, 9 by 5 or 9 by 4, like just big enough to fit a full sheet on. So the ATC rack is actually going to drop down pneumatically so that they can surface the whole bed, and then it'll raise when we want to do a tool change. Do the tool change, touch off the tool, and then drop down again out of the way. But I was explaining to him, no, we can use a barcode scanner, and the guy you can have a folder. He opens a folder, shows a picture of where the material goes. Then they're saying their plywood varies in thickness. So I'm like, you just post code with all the different thicknesses. The guy scans the appropriate thickness, hits go. Like we can make it pretty idiot proof. So I'm busy. I was there today. I got introduced as the wizard. I'm like, yep, I'm definitely a wizard. We're adding a 4th axis to the router as well.
Oh, cool.
But that should be fun. It's it's one of those, you're not going to get rich doing retrofits, but it gives me budget to buy shit from places I shouldn't buy shit from while I'm ordering their stuff, like ordering their spindle and their tool holders, just throw a few extra tool holders in for me kind of story. Keen to play with a Masso. I've never played with a Masso. Well, I've played with a Masso. I've never installed a Masso. But as far as I understand, it's like a 20-minute setup if you know all your steps per rev and stuff.
It's not difficult. It feels like Linux with on easy mode. Like, and it's not as obviously not as open, but it's not
very
difficult.
much
You
not,
won't have troubles.
Yeah,
Yeah.
poke through the signals. It shouldn't take me more than a day to get it set up and running.
And it's clean. I like their board is nice. Like everything is isolated. Everything is very. It's well
although
done.
one
And if you
thing
buy the
that is
little add-ons, yeah.
the very frustrating thing for me is their logic voltage for their external relay modules is a stupid voltage. So if you use your own relay modules, you can blow the board.
Oh yeah.
So you've got to use their ones.
Oh.
So I was looking at buying locally. There's an agent here for the Masso stuff, and I priced it all out. Let me just put the Imperializer into dollar dues. Came to $2,500. So I then went to masso.au. I'm like, I don't mind importing stuff. Put it in there, and it came in at $1,134 for the exact same components.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, well, I was Australian dollars. I was assuming it was close to US. No, it's like way less. So I was like, okay, no, fuck it. I'll just buy it from Australia then. Like, I'm not paying that much of a premium for it to come locally. I'm sorry. That's not happening. That meant it opened up a whole lot of budget in the project for buying more fun
cool.
things.
That helps.
Well, I gave them a ballpark figure to do the retrofit with an ATC spindle out of China and a Masso controller of like $5,400. And then I was there today and they want to do a fourth axis. And I'm like, with that, I'm like, can keep it the same price and you get a fourth axis if we buy the stuff from Australia. Like, I have the harmonic drive already. I don't have to shell out for it. I've got the servo for it already. I don't have to shell out for it. Like, I'm charging you for it, but I have the stuff on hand. So I just pocket the money. It's great. And I get rid of some of the shit in my workshop.
Nice.
Because I have an exorbitant amount of it. So, speaking of not wanting to just throw shit away, continue our conversation from earlier, I was visiting Kamish, the guy who bought Bertha from me. Also, he's running Bertha all the time now. It's quite fancy.
Perfect.
Yeah, I know. He was trying to thread something. He's having a bit of an issue. Then I'm like, no, why are you doing threads? It's going in soil. Do like a dog leg with a pin. So he drew it up, and I'm like, no, you need one on the other side as well. It's like, shit, milling the first side's easy. How does he mill the second side? He doesn't have a fourth. I'm like, do you want to take the easy way out? He's like, what's the easy way? I'm like, come visit me tomorrow. So he came through, and I quickly milled it, indexed 180 on the fourth, and milled the other side for him.
Oh, nice.
Lazy way. But yeah, he went and actually delivered that. But he's got a job where he's got to thread 5mm steel rod with a bend on the end. He's got to thread 50mm on. So we were going to put it in a drill chuck and then feed it on the quill of his drill press down into a die nut and then reverse it. And then I'm like, hang on, dude. Why don't we just make a machine to do this? This apparently is going to be a high volume job for him. So you bend the things, you drill them, then you put them and you just clamp them down. And we have a stepper motor with a die nut holder spinning, and you just feed in, hits a limit switch, and reverses out.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
So I was like, hang on. I have a 7.5 Newton meter motor that the driver's fucked, the motor's fine. Let's buy a drive and a power supply, see if you can reuse it. If you can reuse the motor, you can have it. And he needs a linear guide. I'm like, I have a linear guide. It's going to go in the bin. Come take it. I don't want to throw it away because I see the value in it, but I just don't want to throw it away. I don't need to receive anything for it. You can fucking have it. I just I can't bring myself to throw it away. And there's a bunch of shit like that. I can't bring myself to throw it away, but it's still got inherent value. So he's going to build a little tapimetron, and then I'll just go there one day and help him with an Arduino and ChatGPT and just write some code up that you put the parts in, slide it in, it starts threading. When it gets to the end, it reverses and then just pulls out. And every time you walk past, you just swap a part. Because the guys want like 500 a month of these.
Okay, yeah, so it's enough
making a dedicated machine like out of shit you got laying around, it's not the end of the world.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, okay, cool. Do you have a piece of square tubing, like 4-inch square tubing? So yeah, like cool. Use that as the bottom, weld a cap on the one end to hold the motor, weld a half cap on the other end, fill it with oil, and then you can put a lock line to just flood the die nut with oil and wash all the shavings. And then the whole machine's built on a piece of square tubing, and you just put it on your table and let it run. So he's going to be modeling that up tonight and then sending it through for my approval. And then it's not a complicated project, but you need to think out of the box to get to that solution.
Yeah.
No. That was awesome. In my doc. I don't know where it went. Oh, it's in the other thing. It's in my Google box searching past for it. So,
nice.
I see I've got lots of things to go. So would you like to pick another one, Curt, since you only have one left in your topic thing?
Uh, yeah. Let's see. Let's go with So, oh, your anodizing video. Let's go new anodizing video.
Okay.
What about
so
that?
we're waiting for my lovely wife to edit the video for me. I watched my old anodizing video, which is 5 years old, which is hilarious. Going through my anode setup. It's one of my higher viewed videos on my YouTube channel. I went and watched it. I'm like, okay, there's a bunch of stuff that's changed. So using my new fancy phone rig, I filmed all the clips for the new video, and then Danica's going to be putting it together, basically running through from start to finish my anode setup and a little bit of an intro with me looking like a knob, talking to the camera. But yeah, I got my lav mic working and all that stuff, so it should be a decent quality video. But just basically running over my process for anodizing, because we're getting pretty decent and pretty consistent results now that everything is dialed in.
Yeah, well, that'll be useful. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm sure someone will find use in it.
Dude, I've been asked by so many people in the last little while about anodizing. I'm like, okay, I need to shoot an updated video now.
Yeah, you'll still be asked, but at least you have somewhere to point them to that they won't watch. Yeah, they won't watch it, but they'll still ask you questions.
Yeah. So I also, last week while I was chatting to John, I was looking into RO system or RO tanks, because I want to put 180 litre RO tank in my workshop, a 200 litre wastewater tank outside. So when I make RO, the bypass water can be used to water the garden, basically.
Okay.
And then I was like, booster pump, all that stuff. And then I was like, hang on, if I buy this tank, I can put it high enough that it'll be fine. I'm like, how much is a new RO setup? Because my RO setup, when I bought it 5-ish years ago, was $250. I can buy a brand new RO setup for $94. So I'm just going to buy another one and bolt it to the side, like build this as a freestanding unit with a RO membrane on the side, that it's all self-contained now. So I've been shopping for rotomolded tanks for in the workshop, because I want to have RO on hand. Because also then if we have a water outage or whatever, I've got water that I can drink.
Sure.
And not a small amount. Like basically for what I paid for my RO filter set last time, I can buy the 2 tanks, the electronics, and an RO filter. And build a whole new setup. Because I'm going to put 4 pickups on the tank, or 3 pickups on the tank. So low level, which needs to change the color of a light or something and just tell me, hey, your water level's low. There's only like 50 liters left. And then the everything's okay level, and then the oh fuck, turn it off level. So I can just leave the RO system on. If it gets to turn it off level, it turns the solenoid off, then on solenoid. Then I go turn the valve off. Just so I can leave it to run and not have to think about it. And then I know it's fully topped off, and I can monitor the levels.
Yeah. No, that makes sense.
So I'm planning on also doing that. But that entails me rearranging the workshop a little bit more. Again.
Fun.
Yeah, I like rearranging. It's fun.
You got so much space. Yeah.
Space for days. I'm not actually sure that the new machine plans will actually fit in there, but just build a new workshop. It'll be fine.
Just keep going outside down your driveway. Yeah.
Well, the problem is my driveway does this. It's a downhill. It's a bit of a problem. The new shop is going to be just above road level, so it's a nice gentle uphill into the garage or into the workshop for moving machines in and out. That it's not a struggle with my little forklift, because I will be getting a forklift, even though my wife, damn it, I forgot she runs this through ChatGPT to look for clips, and she searches for the word forklift every week to make sure I'm not promising that I'm going to buy a forklift. Last time I said I was going to buy a forklift and not tell her, she gave me shit about it when she was editing the podcast.
I'm gonna bring it up in every podcast now.
Yeah. So she doesn't want me to get a forklift. She doesn't see the need for it. I'm like, lady, I will make a need for this. Don't you worry. I will make a need. So you've seen my wait, hang on. Which anchor point do you have? You've still got you've got the fancy origami one. The new packaging.
Yeah.
I needed to make more packaging. So I'm like, do I buy boxes for I think 36 Rand a box, and I get 6 anchor point little cages out of each box. And I'm like, it's got funny crease lines in the wrong places. Let me just see if I can buy cardboard squares the right size. Turns out I can buy them for 6 Rand each. Cost me less to buy squares, I get less wastage. I load square, hit go, it cuts one out. Load square, hit go, it cuts one out. So I cut, I think, 9 of them this morning quickly. But yeah, turns out you can just order cardboard squares to the size you want.
Oh, and for the folks listening, you said 6 rand, which is about 1/20th of a dollar.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
Sorry, the conversion is about 1 to 20. So 6 is
no, it's about 1 to 16 currently.
Okay, either way.
It's very stressful for me selling things in dollars.
It's pennies for a
I'll
cardstock sheet.
Rand dollar is, so for 6 rand is 37 cents.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's cheap as beans. So yeah, it turns out you can just buy pre-sized material out of cardboard for next to nothing, and then it makes a lot less wastage. That's the main thing.
That was honestly, when I was working on my old job, I was telling my boss that a cool side business would be, because we would buy so much sheet goods of like acrylic and like composite like signboards and like PVC and HDPE. I'm like, and we had so much scrap. I'm like, if I organize all our cuts, I'm like, we could probably get a few square feet of like, 12 by 12 inch squares. I'm like, we should just cut them, put them in big and just sell them on like Amazon for like a 5-pack of HDPE half-inch. Like, because people will buy them, because you like the average shop guy doesn't know like where do you go and get, and you have to buy 4x8 sheet of it. I'm like, we could probably sell a ton of these.
Yeah,
it just wasn't worth our time.
No, it's not worth your time. Yeah. So like now I wanted to package. I'm like, okay, let me look into this. Way easier workflow. Also, my laser cuts nicely now that it has a new power supply. I stripped the old power supply to just see if maybe I could see something that exploded. Would you like to know what the problem was?
Yes.
Dust. There was so much dust and shit inside there that I think it was adjusting the resistance of some of the resistors.
Wow.
So it got turfed anyway. I wanted to use the housing for upgrading the grinder. Ended up just printing a cover for the power supply. But yeah, the laser's up and running again, and it's still, I'm having to run it like 70% power, so the tube is definitely poked, but it still works for now. So the tube replacement can wait for a little bit.
Cool.
But I upgraded the grinder because I've been grinding anchor point pads, because apparently that's a thing I need to do. So I finally took the power supply out of the Tupperware it was in, laying on my workbench, and mounted it to the column of the machine and put a cover over it. And I put it on some 2x4s just so that it would sit level and wouldn't rock, because the inertia of the table and the shift of mass was causing it to rock. So I just put it on blocks and got it that it's not moving anymore. And it grinds really, really well. And now I'm going to make it CNC.
Okay.
Because it takes me about...
You had it automated to go back and forth, and you just crank it.
Yeah, left and right.
Yeah.
My plan is now to go CNC on it.
Okay.
Because it takes me about 10 minutes to grind a pad, and I don't want to stand there and do that.
Yeah, fair.
So I want to basically dust off the top of it, mark it, set the Z height, and say go, and it can just grind itself down and set increments.
Oh, okay, okay. So full, full, like
literally, I just touch off. I'll grind the first thing manually, or I'll grind a section manually, mark the height, and then 3 pads in a row should be the same. Then I dress the stone and go again.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I have some sketchy workarounds to make that work for what I want to do. But yeah, I've also bought the guy I bought Bertha has the same surface grinder. And he mentioned to me a while ago he's looking at maybe selling it. The Dutchman Squeezebox guys were here on the weekend, and they want to start making their own reeds. And they need to grind shim stock to very specific thicknesses. So I'm like, you need a surface grinder. So I've sold them Commissioner's surface grinder, taking the magnet off his grinder, putting it on my grinder, because these guys bought a smaller magnet for what they need to do. So playing musical magnets and things, and then going to make all the brackets because they want to CNC theirs. So I'm going to make all the brackets to mount the motors, and then they'll handle their own CNC stuff. I'll handle my CNC stuff, but all the brackets are the same for the 2 machines.
Cool. I mean, it works out then, yeah.
Investing in things I probably shouldn't, but I like fanciness.
Well, and you have the issue too of like getting equipment is not like it's different in your neck of the woods.
I can go buy a surface grinder tomorrow. There's like 10 places I can go buy one. They're big, they're heavy, and cool. I've got a giant travel, and I need to make a fixture. And I can do 8 or 9 of the things at a time, but it's going to cost me 10x what it's going to cost me to automate that machine, to go buy a new surface grinder.
Yeah.
So for now, we will do it this way. And then maybe in the future look at doing either 5 at a time or buying a different grinder. Because, I mean, that is always an option. Buy your way out of your problems. But currently, I don't have the space to do that. All the money to do it.
Exactly.
Like,
Yeah.
Don't have the money yet. Mechanical anchor point sales. Like, So that's, and then I broke my end mill yesterday. My expensive rougher that's moved more than a ton of material in the almost year that I've had it. I've had it for 10 months. It's moved close on a ton of material. And this little fucking thing, the first one I made, broke it.
Yeah.
I didn't clamp it nicely in op 2 and it rocked and snapped the 10 mil end mill. The price went from, it's okay. Everyone's going to laugh at me now because I'm going to tell you how expensive this end mill is and bitch that it's expensive. It went from $124 to $178.
That's a sharp increase. Yeah.
It's a fucking significant increase. But I'm going to go pick one up tomorrow because I need it. They have one in stock.
What's so special about it?
No idea. It's an H&V end mill and it works really well, so I will just pay money for it.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, if you got a ton of material out of it,
I have recipes that run it to 99% spindle load continuously. So I looked, I could buy one from China for effectively the same cutter for $35.
Yeah.
But I've got to wait 2 weeks if I need another one. I'll just go buy the one that I like. Because they'll order a replacement and they'll have one in stock for me if I need it. And it always breaks in stupid little jobs.
Yeah, of course.
It never breaks like when you doing proper legitimate jobs and not stupid little things.
Yeah.
So luckily I've got an 8mm version of it that I bought from China. So I just threw that in the machine and finished up what I was doing. But I was a little bit annoyed because I think I might have fucked the collets up that it was in.
Ooh.
But I think it's
like an ER.
Just an ER. But I think it's going to go into my shank hydraulic when I get the new one.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, if you're getting that kind of life out of it, go nuts.
Well, I can only imagine what the life's going to be like if it's actually running true.
Yeah.
And the hydraulics damp a little bit. So I think this year is going to be a couple more hydraulic holders and definitely a bunch more ER and DC holders in the workshop.
Yeah. Fair.
And if Marito would ever list their Mega Grip stuff, I might decide to go that route.
Yeah, that's kind of interesting stuff too. So,
dude, like their price on their holders is $150 a holder. I'll pay that. Mm-hmm. Like I don't know what their collets are going to cost. I think they said it would be up this week.
Cool. Yeah, I'll keep an eye on that because I'm interested too.
I'm gonna go look right now while I play this lovely jingle.
On the podcast.
Damn it, it's not here yet. So, tell me about your last one there. I'm assuming it's referring to the book.
Yeah, totally. Someone actually, I think a few people mentioned it to me just in our last podcast when we were talking about machines and efficiencies and stuff like that, and how I was saying like I want to buy a Swiss, but at the same time, right now, if I had a Swiss, it would just bury me in parts that I can't finish fast enough. Like I have to clean up my other end of the world of just like cleaning, anodizing, assembly, packaging, like the other 50% of the work that making pens currently takes me. And like, anyways, people just commented. I forgot who it was exactly. It might have been actually Norman. He commented and was like, "Oh, like, yeah, like that is just something that people don't think about in their own world of like just being like, even like when I worked at my old job, we had so many, like it took me years to get like my area, and that was just basically handling the big CNC routers and getting like our production to a point where it was consistent. So like the machine would initially run for like a week straight and then sit idle for a week, which is like, okay, well, that's dumb. Like it should be running the whole time. So you can just, and it took forever to finally get a flow that worked. I mean, we were a skeleton crew. We were a startup, so there wasn't a lot of us, but like to get everything dialed to be like, okay, let's cut this slower. Let's double the machine time on this specific part to take out all the stupid things that I used to have to come back and like watch over just so that it can run unattended. Like dumb things that you don't think about were like, we could have had two machines and it would have solved the problem, but it also would have it was
made
dumb.
made different problems. Like that's the thing. It's
Yeah.
you can, if you get your machine running efficiently, even with what you've got there, you can make yourself more parts than you could ever hope to finish in a month.
Well, totally.
The finishing is your current bottleneck, not the machining.
Well, and that was actually the part of the lottery code that I built too, is now like I and the reason I spent so much extra time on this is my lottery is a form and then it goes into Google Sheets. So the actual like scripts I run go and they download the Google Sheets, like they use an API to go into Google, download it, bring it locally, do all the math, because I'm doing a shit ton of math on it.
Yeah.
Highlight people, break up the emails into like separate like CVS files that I can import into my like auto emailer, and then save it all and then re-upload it back to Drive with one click, which is like, so I basically be like, and it does at the same time, it does like checking for like email duplicates and like all kinds of weird ways that people try to enter multiple emails. And like, it just, the stuff that I didn't realize would be like, oh, that adds an extra, hour or 2 hours to my workflow that I don't even consider. Because you're like, okay, now I just take these emails and I copy and I paste them here. It's like, well, why don't I just get this to automatically do it? And like, it just less chance of error and just, it's just like, and that's the thing I hate doing the most. I'm sure me and you are the same, is like admin stuff, like just
Admin's
boring, stupid stuff that can be automated so easily in this day and age. It's hard to automate machining things. Like it's hard to automate picking up XYZ part and checking it for burrs, and like that part is much more difficult to automate than sending emails.
Exactly, like automate. Well, that's why I like Toolpath. But before I shout them out again, we need to shout out our Patreons, because we're 50 minutes in and we haven't shouted them out. So the Patreons make the wheels on the train go round and round. We've decided we are train enthusiasts now. So choo-choo. Big thank you to all the Patreons who help make the wheels on the train go round and round. Just watching Curt choke to death. But special thanks to all the top tier Patreons. Jade from Benchmark 20, Luke from Fantastic, AJ from Subtract Manufacturing and 29 other companies, EJ from Nocturnal Welding, Jason S., the Aussie Machinist, Christian Olsen, Charles White, Carl from Cursed Machine, Matt from Off-World Gear, and Alex B. Thank you all. You are making it possible for us to not sleep on the street when we go to INTS next year. Nice train music. Yeah. Send me. We need to get a clip that we can add for the Patreon read.
So we can have
So I sent Curt a bunch of sticker designs last week.
Yes.
For basically all the new shirts that are on the JSpec merch store. I sent him all that artwork, added his details to it, so when he does stickers, he can get some stickers printed. And maybe send them to the patrons. Who knows?
That is the goal.
That is the goal. At some point, we will do that. And the Patreons get to vote on names of machines, get Q&As, and also get the after show with this week. Who knows what we're going to talk about? I'm sure it'll be something interesting. It always is. But now I've lost my train of thought regarding whatever I was going to speak about after the Patreon read. Shit, what do I talk? Oh, yes, Toolpath. Automating the easy stuff. I've got it super lazy.
Okay, how
Toolpath.
Oh, yeah.
Stupid little path. Just send it to Toolpath, bring it back down, and run it. Like, it's, why am I going to go and click on a million things when I can make Toolpath do it? It's great. And speaking of Toolpath,
that's the perfect
90 days for $90. Relatively cheap way to get into it and check if it works for you before committing to it. There's an affiliate link below because I'm a shill.
Ooh, nothing wrong with shilling a good product.
Yeah, no, I thoroughly like it. Like, I actually don't want to go without it.
Yeah,
it's that useful.
Perfect. Then.
I think even one of the parts on the anchor point mechanical is programmed with it, the butt plug, which tagged Toolpath in, Ben shared, and then very quickly unshared when you realized the word butt plug was on the screen.
Yeah,
because I showed my controller and it's got the name of the program. The program is called Butt Plug Op 1. Because JV's a little bit of a savage. But there was one other thing, and now I can't remember what it is. Oh well. What is in your Google box, Curt?
Google box
wait, hang
is.
On. I remembered it.
Yeah, shoot.
So my YouTube feed has been fixed. It now shows me Curt's videos occasionally. And it showed me a video today of Curt's Tumblr, in which he said this is a temporary solution 4 years ago.
Hey.
I was watching going, this is brilliant. You're making out like this is not going to be your permanent solution. You're still running the same tumbler.
It wasn't supposed to work, and it wasn't supposed to last, and it doesn't die, so I keep using it. Yeah, I just don't.
Yeah,
we'll fix
it came across my feed while I was having lunch today, and I'm like, I'm going to give you shit about that today. You made out like it's a temporary solution, which I thought was hilarious.
The funny thing is, for the thousands of hours that thing has ran, it's got HDPE paddles inside.
Yeah.
It's worn down the mounting bolts, like big 1/2-inch bolts that mount it to a big bearing on the backside. It's worn those down till the point where I basically can't take them out now because they're like carriage bolts.
Just domed.
It took all the hexes off them. It hasn't, like, the HDPE still has sharp edges. Like, plastic is weird when it comes to abrasion.
I printed PLA flaps for inside my one.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing. Wore the bolts out. Those things are still mint. Like the day I put them in. It's insane.
Yeah, and it's ceramic media, so it's pretty aggressive. Like, it's doing titanium.
I was using literal stones. Literal gravel from the hardware store as tumbling media in there. And they looked perfect when I threw it in the bin. Because I kind of got over that tumbler, so I just threw it in the bin. But anyway, what is in your Google search history?
My Google search history, I have Old Greg in there because my wife didn't know who Old Greg was, and I kept bringing up things like, "What are you doing in my water?" So make an assessment. No, anyways, if Google Old Greg, it was a skit. So I was showing her all those. She didn't find them as funny as I did. Sticker stuff, because the stickers that you sent, I can get them printed in like a big sheet, so I can get a bunch of different, instead of getting like just a shit ton of every variant. I can bulk print them, and I can print them locally, so that's more happy. Cold wallet, dealing with Bitcoin kind of stuff.
I'm assuming that's an offline wallet.
Totally, yeah. This is like when I get to a point where I don't want to, like, I don't want to keep all. Anyways, cold wallet is the way to go. There's so many weird ways to do it, and I have a giant machine, so I can make all kinds of weird things. I can engrave my seed phrases into pieces of titanium or whatever I want to do. And then the machine will be uploaded to the internet, and someone will find my seed phrase. And anyways, Salad AI, which is kind of a weird app I'm looking at. It's like uses your GPU and CPU to kind of like do network AI work, because that is a weird bubbling field right now. Anyways, you can generate a decent amount of income, so I'm kind of pissing around with that just because it's fun. Like I said, my big gaming PC sits here 90% of the time totally idle, so I'm like, let's see what it can do.
Yes.
Windows Power Tools, like we talked about, and then 1984, the book, because it is a good time to read that, no matter what your beliefs are. It's a freaky book to listen to. I'm listening to it right now,
especially right now.
This is way too close to home and terrifying. I need to see
if I've got a copy of that. I'm just finishing up Babylon's Ashes, the 6th Expanse book. I watched season 6 of The Expanse over last weekend, and then I started Babylon's Ashes just to compare them.
Ooh.
Yeah,
nice.
It's very interesting comparing where the stories go, because they're nowhere near each other. But yeah, thoroughly enjoying that book still.
Yeah, cool. What's in your Googly box?
I suck at Wordle. I skipped today, and then I actually got it wrong one day as well. So I'm on 0 currently. I've been looking up reamers because there's a hole on the anchor point mechanical that needs. Well, I want to ream it. It's going to be easier. So looking at buying reamers and thread mills, and then looking up power splice for automating that threading thing. Sylvan CNC pneumatic vices. I reached out. I got a 3D model from them today and a quote. Looking for. I was looking up weed burners for consolidating my aluminium shavings. Because, this exchange rate's out. But last time I took shavings in, I got 38 cents per kilo. If I consolidate them into what's the word? So basically, you're going to melt and let it drip into water. So like beads. $1.13 per kilogram.
Oh wow!
So significantly more. So I'm kind of willing to do an experiment where I melt down a whole bunch into things and see what I get for it. Worst case, I'm going to be out for a canister of gas. Like, oh no, whatever will I do? It's like going to cost me $25 for another canister of gas. So I'm going to try that, because then I can also store a lot more. And when the aluminium price goes up, I then sell it.
Sure, yeah.
Because, I mean, the 500 kilograms that I have there is 3,500 Rand, or it's 10,000 Rand. It's a significant difference. And if I look at what I got previously, that should be about 7,000 Rand and would push the other price up to like nearly 20,000 Rand worth of shavings. So it's definitely worth looking into. Obviously not the best use of my time, but is what it is. I need hobbies.
Well, it depends on the time, how many days it's going to take you to do it. Because like if you do it in a day, that's worth your time.
Well, I want to get a 25-liter bucket, put it at an angle, put some mesh in the bottom, put the weed burner, and then just throw a spade full of shavings in every time I walk past. And just let it drip into the water, throw some more, and it just feeds down and just melts. And if it takes a day, let's see how many kilos I can get out of it. So, it'll be an interesting experiment to see just if it's actually worthwhile. Because I considered compressing it, making a compressor to make pucks, but then you don't get really good value for it. If you melt it and let it drop, then it's considered solids. So then it's
interesting.
Re-extrude or something. So you get a much higher rate for it. So I don't know. I'll see.
Cool.
Chasing dollars, chasing pennies when I should be chasing dollars.
Yeah.
But it is also fun. Like I need a solution. I've got a full RPC tote in my front yard. There's about 500 kilograms of shavings in there. So I need to do something with it. And then I was Googling the thermal expansion of aluminium because I need to put climate control in my workshop. Because when you machine an anchor point at 30 degrees C, which is our summertime, and you go to someone's workshop who's 20 degrees C, the bolt pattern is a thou out. Just due to 10 degree delta puts the bolt pattern a thou out.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So been chatting to Matt from Blackwell Engineering about some issues there because he's got a climate controlled shop. I don't. His stuff was machined in summer and they go in, if you use a Chinese pull stud, or if you use a Lang stud, they too tight. Like it doesn't seat.
Interesting. Yeah.
So it's never been an issue because I never picked it up because I'm using a riser. So the locating pins on the riser are loose. They just there to give more threads.
Right.
And everything I do is at the same-ish temperature that it's not an issue. So
Right.
Some interesting stuff. Like I actually put an anchor point onto the jang plate and tightened the studs, put it on, and it wouldn't go in. Pulled it out, loosened the studs just like a quarter of a turn, put it in, pulled it out, tightened the studs again, and then it goes in and out perfectly. So there's also a little bit of play in the bores on some of the older ones. Those were 20 microns oversized. Now that's like 15 microns oversized is the size that I try hold. So just trying to tighten down on everything as we go. But, I don't know if you saw the black anchor points that went out this week.
I saw them, I think, in the background of your story. They look super pretty.
Dude, they look so nice.
They're pretty. Yeah.
No, the black ones do look really, really nice. But I also like the purple. I think I'm going to rename the purple on the website to Orgasmic Purple because it's a beautiful purple.
It is a nice purple. I will say that.
Lighter. This is a bit darker because it's 70-75.
Yeah, I like that purple. It looks good. Yeah,
no, purple's sexy as fuck. But anyway, where can people find you and your stuff?
Confoundedmachine.com. You can actually go there and there's a lottery page now and you can sign up and you can answer a plethora of questions. And the magic of the lottery will base your logic or your entry on past data if you were a past customer. So I'm very happy with it. It should be very safe or very fair for people involved. And if you're new, it doesn't base it really on any math and it gives you kind of a fair chance. So I'm pleased with it. But go over there and check it out. How about you?
Where
can people find your wares?
You can find me on JSpec_engineering on Instagram. You can find jspeceng.com, jspeceng.com. It's our website where you can find information on the anchor point. Should be something to do with the mechanical anchor point as well this week. The merch line. Then you can find the podcast at thelonemachinests.com where there's a companion guide and some bonus content. Same old bonus content, nothing new. And the Wall of Fame where all the Patreons are listed. So if anyone wants to snoop on who is patronizing us, you can go snoop on them there. But that's where pretty much where you can find us. What are you up to today, Curt?
Today, I am going to do a little bit of cleaning up my ultrasonic tanks nice and hot in the background and anodizing and hopefully get this batch out. The goal is to have it all ready out this week. So that will be nice. And then, rinse and repeat. Actually, I'm probably going to try to sneak some time in to work on this fidget because once again, has a humongous interest, way more than I thought. So,
nice.
I have to get on that. So,
I think we'll chat
the
about that a
titanium
little
slugs
bit in the after show for
Yeah, I
any
think
of
I'm
our
gonna.
Patreons.
Oh, I gotta like 3D print some like spiders for my lathe to help hold parts because I'm holding very thin discs of aluminum. Anyways, or titanium. I mean, so yeah, I'm gonna piss around with that. But how about you? Other
Nice.
than sleeping, what are you up to this week
Yeah, I got to machine a
or
mold
tomorrow?
tomorrow. Yeah, I've got to machine a mold tomorrow.
Ooh.
The first of all of the molds that are being replaced at the customers. So it's the beginning of a bunch of mold work for the year. I was meant to start with it today, but then I did admin shit all day. So I'm going to do a little bit of admin stuff when we're done here tonight, and then tomorrow morning get the mold running, and then carry on. Carry on with the admin shit because I'm quoting a retrofit and building a robot, building a welding robot as well. Need to quote that out. So yeah, got a bunch of stuff on the go because I have lots of spare time, as one does, for doing these stupid automation projects. So yeah, we will see. I think I'm going to try and phase that out, but also really enjoy it. So it's a bit of a challenge.
Yeah, not fair. I get that.
What's going on here? Anyway, thank you everybody for listening, and we will see you next week with a brand new episode. We'll try not to repeat. Yeah, we'll see you guys next week. Thank you very much for listening. If you've seen our faces, I assume you're on YouTube or Spotify or Zencaster if you're AJ. If you've been just listening to us, we are available in video as well on previously mentioned platforms. And then you can look at our faces while we talk. Although I don't know how many people actually listen to video or watch video on podcasts, but it's there. So thank you everyone for listening, and see you next week.
Take care, all.